La la la.
Passable effort. You're wide open.
Let the show begin.
How unbecoming.
Oh no! Ready, steady, go!
Celestial Voyager!
La la la! Boing, boing, boing!
Cowering already?
I wanna go now.
Poor timing. Not bad, not bad.
I taste blood.
Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there. My turn. All you do is run.
Go, Lover, go!
Gotcha.
Out of the frying pan, into the...
No use hiding back there. You've got some skills.
Get back!
The price of a single slip. I'll crush you!
Help! Beginner is attractive! It really hurts!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you!
begin! Protect us?
You got the noses ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leave the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Let's dance! Jumpy Dumpty Go! Jumpy Dumpty Go! Nice and spicy! Help!
Get back! Get back!
Nice and spicy! Come on, we can do it! Boba, get them!
Die here.
Out of the frying pan, into the pot! Help! We did it!
So you went.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity, and now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to... Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps, in fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than... The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all...
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing...
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a... With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite again.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin in my...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Lee.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like... So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? Wait, all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue!
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista, and as fate would have it, One who did craft the gegen. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins... Yep.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Race you!
Be a killjoy! We've only just begun! You can't run! Well, looks like I isn't trying to pull great here!
Get them! Let's dance!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun! First! You can't run! We've only just begun!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Race you!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Get out of my way! No excuse for sliding!
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is depthful energy! That light from your body, it's like the tile of your curse! Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave! This granny's really strong! I'll protect the cook! Woo! Ready, steady, go! Jumpy, dumpty, go!
No sliding! You can't run! Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun!
Get them!
My duty!
Race you! With the blood!
clean. I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Woo! Pew! La la la! Pew!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I guess.
Look at me. Just let the show begin. Nice and spicy. Over here.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, we both fear there's nothing worse to come, right?
Just let the show begin.
What's in this? Killjoy! Over here! Too far.
Nice and spicy.
This is it.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Let's dance!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last. It will be some time before the Overlord of the
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the back. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all the... Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead,
Are you questioning our means of...
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti...
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex Lapis...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his... But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the four... The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as bad. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and taste. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next...
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found, and the time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall pursue. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but what if a child wanted to unleash the god, so he could... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing?